Hello, America, FBI and CIA agents, and fellow cult members. Welcome to Culture Club USA. I'm Debrava. And today's riddle is: the witches of the far left travel in hordes across the prairie, armed with scrolls that redefine the rules and words and rhymes of the times. But when times become crucial, desperate men turn to crucible, and the wrongs are shifted right, and the light shines beautiful. Okay, in today's episode, Andrew Wilson goes to war with a brood of leftist witches from the House of Whoredom. Let's dive in, shall we?
And you never came back.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a little background, so this is kind of a little bit explainable. So I moved out. I graduated a little late, like a little before I turned 19, about 4 months before I turned 19. But I got kicked out of my house in North Carolina the day before my 18th birthday. So I had moved to Virginia, and I went and finished school online there. I had met my current boyfriend online. And we were talking for about a month or two, and he was just like, hey, come move down to Florida. And at the time, I felt obligated, or like I felt wrong for living, because I was living with like a family friend, but I felt like there was an obligation, and I felt like I didn't belong there. Like, she shouldn't be taking care of me. I shouldn't be living in her house. Like, I'm not her problem. I'm not her daughter. So I felt like
Oh, that's a good excuse to move in with your boyfriend that you've known for a week. Oh, because, I was like a burden on a family, like a family friend. And so, I mean, the right thing to do was, not to burden them, even though they had no problem taking care of me. They loved me being there. I was helping out and things like that. But, it was really just too much of a burden. So, the only option I had was to move in with this guy that I was just so dying to move in with no commitment, no future, no discussions. I only met him once or twice online, but he was my boyfriend, so why not?
felt like kind of not obligated to leave, but I feel like it was my responsibility to be taking care of myself at that point. And so I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna come back in like an hour. And I packed up my stuff and I kind of left, and I was gone for like 2 weeks before I called them, and I was like, hey.
Why were you kicked out? You said you got kicked out of your house. Why was that?
My mom and me had a really tough relationship. My mom also had drug issues, so it was normal. I mean, I was couch hopping a lot. She was kicking me in and out of the house. So I mean, once she kicked me out the day before my 18th birthday, I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I was like, I'm an adult now and I can live and take care of myself. So I
What about dad?
My dad died when I was 12. My mom is also dead now. She died
Oh my God, that's terrible. Okay. All right. So this child has it rough. Okay. Yeah. This child has it rough. All right. I'm giving her some slack here. Okay. Her mother had a drug problem. Her father has passed, and her mother has passed now too. Okay. This is not easy. Okay. No matter what, let's give her a little bit of a break.
My mom is also dead now. She died 5 months ago.
Jeez, sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry to hear that.
I'm so sorry. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Oh my goodness.
No, it's okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's see here. For the rest of your notes that you have, you said these are disagreements that you have. You said yes, you disagree that OnlyFans is immoral and not good.
Okay, I feel like in a capitalistic society, I don't feel like it's worse than any other job. If anyone in here has been a waitress or a waiter, and yes, no, you're being paid like by your job for your body. They wouldn't hire you if you didn't have the legs, the limbs, the arms to be able to move. The only difference between OnlyFans and what a waitress is doing is that I'm wearing less clothes and making more money. You're just working for someone else and wearing more clothes, and I feel like you're being paid for your body regardless. Like if you're out and you're waitressing, like people are gonna tip you because if you look good, like girls make more tips than guys. Like they're sexualizing you already.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This girl has a long road ahead of her. It's very unfortunate, the things that she's unfortunately had to, deal with, like losing a mother and a father, losing both parents. I don't know how she got here. Her mother had a drug problem, so that speaks volumes within itself. I've never ever, in all of the times I've been doing this, reacting to these shows, heard anybody compare a prostitute, because that's what we're talking about here, to a waitress. I mean, how do you even rationalize that? How do you go home or even say to your grandmother, oh, well, there's no difference in prostituting and selling my body than waitressing because I'm using they wouldn't hire me as a waitress because if, I'm using my arms and my legs and my limbs. I mean, I have never heard anything like that. If this is where society is heading, we're heading towards an even worse place than I thought.
It's just I am hiding in my house behind a screen, and this is happening to people in real time, and like in their face. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're honestly safer.
I'm gonna have Brandon. Do you have a response on this or?
You're safer. Did you hear that comment? You're obviously safer. Okay, so you're a prostitute from your house, so you're safer. But let's be real here. It's kind of like drugs, right? Right? What do they call it? Gateway drugs? Weed and all this stuff, whatever is a gateway drug. Well, guess what? OnlyFans is a gateway to actual physical prostitution. Okay? That's what OnlyFans is. That's what it is. I mean, come on.
So wait, you think waiters and waitresses are prostitutes?
I disagree.
Would you say someone that does OnlyFans is a prostitute?
Yeah.
Because the definition of a prostitute is someone who has sex with someone for money. Person that does OnlyFans does not get paid to have sex with people. Yes, some people that do OnlyFans are prostitutes. I'm not one of them. I do not include myself in that. That is their own personal business. But the definition of a prostitute is getting paid for sexual activity.
How do you know the definition if you've never done it?
The definition of a prostitute
Can I ask you that?
is
Wait,
a
the
person.
definition of what?
How
do you know the definition of prostitute if you've never done it?
Stop for 1 second. The definition of a prostitute is a person, in particular a woman, who engages in sexual activity for payment. Not that they're having sex for payment, sexual activity for payment. Now, do you want me to tell you why that has to be the case? Because if we were to use such a loose definition as you gave for what is a prostitute, we'd have to include all sorts of things which clearly are not prostitutes. But we would also have to include things which you would clearly say are prostitution. Like, for instance, if a man paid you to go up into his room and masturbate in front of him while he was masturbating reciprocally, and you guys never touched each other, you're saying that that's not prostitution?
I mean, I would say, if it aligns with the definition of prostitution, then it's prostitution.
No, I'm just asking from your definition, whatever you think it is. Don't you agree that if a woman is paid to go up to a man's room and masturbate in front of him while he masturbates reciprocally, and then he pays her for doing that, that's prostitution?
Yes.
I mean, yes, it's in person.
Hang on. Let her answer.
It's in person. I would say yes.
What's the difference then when you do it on a camera instead?
That's the whole difference, is that it's on a camera, not in person.
He's paying you via virtual, right?
Yes, virtually.
That's it. Hang on. He's doing the exact same thing. Rather than handing you the cash for the same exact activity, he's just giving it to you through an online wallet. It's the same exact thing. It's literally the same thing. There's no difference.
It's exactly the same thing because it's real time. It's just like having a FaceTime conversation with somebody. You can be in the room with them or be via FaceTime. It's real time. It's not a video game. This is not some animated version of yourself that, these people are engaging with. It's you. Oh my God.
Difference at all?
Okay.
So do you have a problem with people calling you that? Like if somebody were to call you that, even if they weren't throwing it in your face?
I mean,
What is this guy wearing? What is going on here? I mean, it looks like he just got off the Chippendales stage. I mean, I'm waiting for the new helmets to be Chippendales helmets. What is this?
Your face.
I mean, I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a fuck what people say. People are going to have their own opinions about me and what I do for a job, and I'll have my own opinions about what I do for a job. Everyone has their own moral compass and their own ideas of what's right and what's wrong. For me, if you guys decide to sit here and call me a prostitute for what I do for a job, it has nothing to do with me because you guys aren't the one that's making me money.
Well, here, let's get back.
Come on, Magic Mike. What do you have to say? You got to say for yourself, Magic Mike. I can't.
Get back to the actual original disagreement that you had, which was, one sec, I'm getting this pulled up. OnlyFans being immoral and not good, right? So we're talking about definitions of prostitution. Do you think OnlyFans is immoral?
I do think OnlyFans is immoral, but at the same time, I'm really interested in you because it seems like you do have a moral compass in terms of you wouldn't go so far as to be what you call a prostitute, correct? As in, it sounds almost like you think that prostitution is worse than what you're doing.
This guy's like the negotiator. It sounds like you may think. It seems like. It may be. Look, stop trying to talk her down to becoming something she's not, okay? I feel bad for the girl. It is a sad situation, okay? Everyone is dealt a different deck of cards, and you know what? Life is difficult. But it doesn't sound like or seem like she doesn't actually know she's a prostitute. Okay, she knows she's a prostitute. She's just saying she's not on here, but she knows clearly what she's doing, okay? Come on, everybody knows that OF, and whether it's virtual or in real time, if you are encountering in sexual activity via camera or whatever, that is prostitution. Period.
I mean, I wouldn't say, personally for me, I would never do it. But see, that's my own personal opinion. I personally think it's worse. Someone that does prostitution might think OnlyFans is worse. It just really depends on how you see things. Like, for me, I would never do that. I don't know about everyone else.
Sometimes we don't have a choice, so just saying that.
You know how you know it's prostitution? You know how you know it's engaging in sexual activity? Like, that's what you're doing? Because if you were dating somebody, like what Paris Hilton claims, she claims that her boyfriend filmed her doing whatever, okay? And she didn't know about it. And then it leaked or whatever, okay? So whether it was a FaceTime, real time, it doesn't matter. It's still sex. It's still, you're still a porn star now because your boyfriend leaked a sex tape. I mean, come on. How are we rationalizing this?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're not given a choice, and we sign a contract.
Are you pro OnlyFans because it gives the creators a choice?
I started out in OnlyFans, but I didn't end up there.
Wait, you sign? Wait, I'm just trying to understand. Do you sign a contract? Like people?
I started out in OnlyFans, and I didn't even do nude. And then, things happen with people in loading rooms, and you start taking stuff off for people.
How much coke has this girl snorted? I mean, sometimes, what is going on here? She signed a contract. Sometimes we don't have a choice. Of course you have a choice. There are choices in life. Okay, you can choose to get married and have a family, or you can choose to be a prostitute, okay? You can choose to do neither of the two. It's a choice. We all make choices when it comes to these types of things. They're decisions. My God.
Stuff off for people.
Isn't that ST?
Why are you crying?
Because you don't always choose what you do. You end up there in certain ways. You don't realize it until it's there. Sometimes you don't have a choice.
Because you chose it?
No, sometimes you end up on the internet on sites without your consent. That's what.
Yeah, I get that. I get that bad things can happen, but you did choose to go into court.
Oh yeah, and I very much accept it, but I don't encourage it. I don't promote my OnlyFans.
Yeah, no.
Then why are you on the whatever podcast exactly? I'm just curious.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I don't understand why you're crying exactly.
Because
what you're crying for?
It's so materialistic. I don't want to hurt people, so I don't want my porn to hurt people. So it's I didn't look at that before, how porn affects people, and I didn't know it can hurt people. That I don't want to do it anymore.
So then stop doing it.
Well, no, if I stop doing it, then I can't help the industry do something about it.
If I stop doing it, I can't help the industry do something about it? Okay, so let's contribute and participate into the problem, and that's how you're helping it. So what are you, undercover? I mean, are you FBI agent? Are you in the CIA, girl? Or the KGB? Are you over here investigating corn on OF? I mean, I'm just curious here. How are you helping it? And if you are undercover, the lover, the undercover OF girl, what are you doing discussing it on the whatever podcast? Oh my God.
Wait, you have to do corn or you can't help the corn industry?
No matter what, once you do porn, it's like you said, it does said, it's life. That's life. So, you have to accept it and do what you can.
But you don't think there's any chance for salvation?
You're always viewed as something that you...
Look, Magic Mike, just shut up for a second. I want to hear her, right? Right now we're going down a real path of really knowing what is inside the brain of a severely mentally ill, demented, confused OF being, okay? So hold up, Magic Mike. Let her talk.
Viewed as something that you walk in a room, you're bought. Well, anyways, so when you say prostitute or whatever, I was just spit on and called prostitute. And I don't consider myself
Well, I
prostitute. I
mean,
pay taxes.
Well, how can you not be? Like, you're engaging in sexual intercourse for money. Like,
Yeah, but that's why I don't have a boyfriend. I never agreed to. You make sacrifices if you're really into what you're doing.
No, honey, you don't have a boyfriend and never agreed to because nobody wanted to be your boyfriend, okay? Because you are a corn star, okay? That's why you don't have a boyfriend. And now you're even crying because you just got a text 5 minutes before that your brother is watching this episode and you can't control it because it's live. So now you're trying to figure something out, okay? I mean, what's really going on here, people? What is going on?
Make sacrifices. You agree that you're going to be alone. That's what you choose. You chose that. You would take accountability for it.
But why would you cry about it?
Because it's hurtful.
It is the case. It is factually the case that you are engaging.
It's hurtful. Yeah, don't accept me, okay?
Why is it hurtful? Why do you do it then?
It's hurtful because I made a choice when
Unmake that choice. Unmake it. Just stop.
You can't. You end up on the floor after 15 shots under clothes and vomit. That's what you end up.
Yeah, don't do that. That sounds awful. Stop doing that.
God, this is disgusting. What? Hold on here. Is she just trying to show up at the other girl because her real life situation is much worse and she's going to get more attention and she needs more followers clearly on OF? Because in order for her to fix the problem of the corn addiction in today's society, she needs more subscribers, okay? So everyone go out and subscribe right now. Give your $9.99 a month so we can help her help the world be in a better place. I mean, really?
Stop doing that. Like,
But maybe we should stop some of these people that cheat these girls into that business and get them there and traffic them.
For sure. I don't.
So
I don't
clearly,
think
clearly, there's some kind of trauma that she's been through. That's why she's so emotional. That's why she's crying. That's why I come in as a manager and I keep weirdos from getting to girls and taking advantage of them. That's where I come in because
so
I
that's
prevent
part
that
of your
type of
job?
shit. Yes.
Oh, I didn't even.
And who is she, her pimp? Look, Rita, shut your mouth, go back to the border or wherever you came from, all right? And stop. All right, what is going on here? She's a pimp. So how is this even legal? How are we to the point where any of this is actually legal? So she's over here taking up for her trauma, but she's her pimp at the same time. So they're both over here helping the problem. This is the solution to trafficking or being trafficked. And look, some people are trafficked. Some people are abducted, trafficked, and not doing this willingly at all. But I'm going to go with my gut. I'm going to say that I don't think that's the case here. Okay? No, I don't think so.
Yes, I on set, on music videos, there's guys that try to get girls drunk, try to give them drugs.
But not with OnlyFans. You don't.
I've never managed. I've had men ask me. I've had girls ask me to manage their OnlyFans. I don't touch that shit. You know why? Because that's not something I want to be around. She's clearly gone through some shit. She's clearly gone through some drama. If she's crying, it's because she already hit that point where it gets ugly.
well, forgive me if I don't just believe every woman who cries because.
Well, I mean, you need to read between the lines.
I can show you proof.
Look, Andrew, okay? She's a psychologist. Okay? She's got experience. She's a sociologist. And she didn't have to go to school, get a degree or nothing. Okay? She just knows. She just knows. Okay, Andrew? So you shut your mouth. Okay? Because she's been through some stuff. And that's why. Okay? She was on a music video and she decided to snort some coke and go in some rooms. You know what I'm saying? And it just turned out that way. You know what I mean? And it is what it is. She's been through it. Now shut your mouth. That's what's coming next.
I can show you evidence, but it can't
Instantly
be
believing you because the waterworks turns on. But as you may know, after having talked to thousands upon thousands of women, they also use waterworks for the purpose of manipulation. I'm not being mean. I'm just asking her various questions about what it is she's upset about. Also, they don't need your help. It's not necessary. I can definitely have this conversation. So I'm just wondering, like, if we can go back to it, I don't actually understand what it is that you're trying to convey, what you're upset about, why this is such a triggering event to discuss for you.
me.
Yeah.
Because it occupies every moment of your life.
You mean being in the
You
porn
become
industry?
there and you can't do anything. You can only. That's how you're looked at. You get that. So like I might take my car to get my brakes fixed, and they're like they quote me and they charge me double, and then they're like because of what you do. That's why we charge you double.
What?
How would they know? Wait a minute. So who is this? Is this Nala's sister? Is she Nala too or what? Like, so you go to get your brakes fixed and they know who you are? How? I'm just curious.
That's why we charge you double.
What?
Can I ask a question?
Somebody charges
Wait.
you double?
They charge you double?
Yeah, it's why my brakes done on my stop, and he had to burn it off the caliper. It took him extra time, and then the wife is like, "Well, because of what you do, you can afford it." And this is my own small town of 100 people.
Wait, that doesn't mean that you got charged double.
I did.
for what
I
it is
paid-
that
I
they
paid
were
double,
doing.
so-
Because the wife made a joke. That doesn't mean
No,
that you
it
got
did.
charged double.
They charged me double. It was on the receipt, and I have the receipt. But
Yeah,
this
did they
happened
charge-
years ago,
wait.
so it doesn't matter.
Wait, they put on the receipt, we're charging you double because you're in corn?
They told me that in person, though.
I have a question. This is a genuine question. I'm not trying to come at you, but like, what is genuinely stopping you from if it's upsetting you to be in the industry?
It doesn't.
Oh well, then
You can't
that's what I
undo
thought.
it. What other choice do you
So
have?
what's stopping you? Because
What?
there are resources to like get out of it, and there are ways to.
Well, no, actually, she has a point there. You know, how do you undo that once you go so far? I mean, look, this is why you don't do it. You don't do it, okay? Now, the only way out is to try, look, obviously you want to be on the whatever podcast, and you had no problem being on camera. So there is one way out of it. One way out of it is to get out of it, okay? And turn your life around and then be a voice to other girls who are in, predicaments where they might be contemplating doing it and talk them out of it, okay? That's the way to fix it, not to go in there and do more of it and keep going. And, that's how you're going to fix the problem. I mean, I'm just like, what is this? You're not obviously going to be who you were before that. You just can't. You can't undo it. It's just like Kim Kardashian. You're a prostitute. You're a corn star. Can't undo it, sweetheart. You could be a billionaire, but you can't take the corn out of Kim. It just is what it is. All right? Ask Kanye. He knows.
Yeah,
And you haven't think I haven't?
I know it's hard, but like.
Well, you haven't think I haven't done things? No, I went
No,
back
that's
to
why
it
I'm asking
because that's
why.
what empowered me then.
So I'm asking
To go
you,
back to it,
What
not give
specific?
up.
But what specifically like makes you go back to it?
Because sometimes we don't have that straight to recognize what is the real problem we have in the moment. That is the point right now. What is they talking about?
What I'm saying
I'm
is that
proud of my work in porn, okay?
No, but I'm saying
What is the point? What are they talking about? Because you don't have no right to come in here to this country. It's a free America, okay? I like to be in America. Everything free in America. Money, 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 mucho money, baby. I could get a lot of money for free. Okay, I own 3 buildings. I have condos. I got lots of bags, Birkins. Why wouldn't I do it? It's called capitalism. Okay, the only reason why you would ever go into OF and corn is for money. Hello? Okay, and let me just explain something to you. Okay? First of all, you could have just went down to your local Dwayne Reed and got a job. Okay? There's nothing. Why do people look at certain things as if it's beneath you? Okay? All right? No, there's nothing wrong with being a house cleaner and growing and being a capitalist in the way where you came here, right? You started a little cleaning business, or you started working as a maid, and then you started getting more clients and got your own business. That's capitalism, okay? There's no excuse for coming here and becoming a corn star to make money, okay? Juanita?
is it like a financial thing? Is it like
No, it's
a
not
mental
financial.
thing?
I don't even discuss rates anymore. I don't even show up. I don't know what I'm making, right? I go there because I will follow through with what I agree to do.
Of course you don't know what you're making, because your pimp handles that. She's sitting next to you, remember? My God.
Can afford paying to pay double.
Yeah, I mean, it's like okay, I'm gonna sign this contract. Okay, that's for life, and you dig a grave. That is like, well, if you just walk away, you're gonna die now. No, just keep. You have to keep going, and you can maybe find a way through it, and maybe make that burden less on other people.
Wait, if you
Or help
breach your
people
contract, they're gonna.
You're in it for
I'm
life.
not in a contract, but I'm saying.
What is this, the Illuminati? Or what? What kind of contract are you in for life? I'm just curious. I mean, this is some secret society? What is it, the OF society? What, did you sign a contract and sell your soul to the devil, girl? I mean, really? Really? I mean, in real time. I mean, this makes no sense. She's got to be high on drugs.
Life, it's terms of like your life, right? Okay, so once you do porn, okay, now you're.
Wow, she's good. You know something? This girl is good. This is why she's probably rich. She's probably one of the Nalas. Because look at what she did. She totally deferred. She deflected all the attention that other poor girl was trying to, get out and get off her chest. Her mom was a drug addict. She passed away. Her father died. She was living with strangers that were family friends, which, can never be comfortable. I do get that now. And now you moved in with some boyfriend, got kicked out 2 weeks later. You're on OF. That girl probably could use the help that Andrew would probably offer. You understand? The advice, the help, the guidance, right? She might actually learn something, that girl. I actually believe that she wants to maybe change a little bit. But this girl's just sucking all the energy, everything just went right to her. Unbelievable. Gwen Stefani 3 over here.
Porn, okay, now you're a sex offender. Now you're this or that, right? So it's like, because of all this stuff. So,
Did she just say now you're a sex offender?
So once you do porn, okay, now you're a sex offender. Now you're this or that.
How are you a sex offender if you've done corn? Excuse me. Can somebody clarify that? Is this like some new law that, Biden put in before he went out? I'm just curious. So it's illegal now? What is going on?
Right. So it's like, because of all this stuff. So
what you're saying is I should stay on a white and blue page.
I don't know what a white and blue page is.
Like OnlyFans.
Oh, yeah. Well, somebody else owns that, so somebody else owns part of you, so.
Have you
Do you
ever
have
thought
anything
about
to say
managing
about
girls?
that?
Comments. I'm no speaking on that.
So do you guys, you don't see it as a slippery slope at all? You think that
I shouldn't
you'll be
make a
able to
white couch
stick to
video.
what you're doing for the rest of your life?
Not for the rest of my life. It's not something I want to do
Obviously,
forever.
so
but I
perfect.
don't.
Some of you guys are so perfect.
I don't see it as she is.
If I'm
going
uncomfortable
through
with
it.
something, then I'm not gonna do it. I'm comfortable with the level I'm at right now, and
Respect that.
see, that's I'm just a little confused.
Some of us didn't have boundaries. We didn't know things, right? We end up in front of the camera. We're doing things to please our bosses and do what they want us to do, and then
and
we
that's
start
not
pushing
okay
it
for them
too
to do.
far.
I understand what you're saying, and that's not okay for them to
And
do.
they do it over and over again.
I understand that. I'm just asking, like,
So maybe I can help protect girls from getting into that world with those people.
It seems like what she's saying is
It's dangerous.
the issue
Don't go
is
into it.
like having a good role model for women. Don't you guys think that that's true? Like, don't you think that somebody who's encouraging people not to go into this, whether it's not to go into it that far or just to even do things in general like that you guys are doing? Because I remember you mentioned earlier on the podcast, like you were talking about Nicki Minaj and like Kim Kardashian. You really look at these people as idols.
Body-wise.
You have a lot of, but do you have a lot of respect for like who they are as a person?
no, I just like the way they look.
Very
Wait,
interesting.
I have a lot of respect for
And,
Kim
like, I have a
Kardashian.
lot
She made
of
a whole
respect for
empire out of a sex
Nicki
tape.
Okay,
That's
okay.
wild.
So you guys see them as like good female role models. Like if you had daughters, you would say, I want you to go watch Kim Kardashian's life and replicate that.
Yes, I mean she worked hard and she
Magic Mike is sitting here asking a bunch of prostitutes if they wouldn't tell their daughters to idolize the very people they do. Hello, wake up. None of these people are here except the one that's pretending to be I don't know what, she's in outer space, okay? None of these girls are sitting here saying, I wish I never did this. I've gotten out of the business. Nobody's saying that. Of course they're going to tell. Yeah, of course they want to. They're probably going to try to manage their daughters to be Kim Kardashian and get their own sex tapes and outdo them. Hello, it's called a retirement plan. What kind of question is that? It's the Whatever podcast. Know where you are.
is where she's at right now.
Don't you want your kids to have individuality and make their own choice of right and wrong?
Yeah, of course. And like I dropped my OF when I was actively still in high school. In my small.
Wait, you were 18
town of
though,
Ohio.
right?
Yeah, I was 18.
Okay.
Like, but yeah. No, I was 18, but like I've never ever done anything past my comfort zone. And like so, I started getting like traction on social media when I was 15, and the OF comments have always been there since I was like 15 because I've always like kind of had like a chest. Yeah. So they were like, oh, like. Yeah, it's kind of like could be gross, but they were like, it is kind of gross, They were like, oh, do OF.
Excuse me? That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah. And I didn't even know what it was. And I was like, I'm not going to do it.
Did you have Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I had no clue what it was. Like, I've always just been like, la, 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 like super innocent. Like, my body count's literally 1. Like, I had no clue. And then when I was 17.
Yeah, you had no idea, huh?
No. Like, word to my mother, I did not know what it was.
Andrew. That was funny. See, he sees right through it. I was super innocent. Yeah, I didn't know what it was. Everybody was just talking about my chest. I mean, I didn't know what that was. I didn't even know what chests were. I didn't know. I mean, they breastfeed milk. I mean, really, Andrew, that was good. That was good.
17.
Yeah, I had no idea. Huh?
No. Like, word to my mother, I did not know what it was.
Oh,
and then I was 17, and I was like, in my math class, and I was like, I have no clue. Like, I'm not the smartest. I was like, I'm not gonna go to college. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with my life? And I was like, all these girls are making like a lot of money. What should I do? My comments are saying this one thing. What should I do? So I did some research, and I was like, you don't have to take it that far. I can like stand my ground, and I can do what I want to do. So like when
I mean, you could have been a hairdresser, you could have been a nurse's aide, you could have been a receptionist, you could have worked at the Gap, you could have worked at Starbucks. I mean, I could go on and on and on. You could have got a job as a maid. I mean, hello, shall I continue? You could have did telemarketing, but no, you decided to do OF. You decided to be a prostitute over all these choices I just gave you that take very little to no skill. Little to no skin. You could have worked in a factory. I mean, really? Really? You could have worked at Hallmark. I mean, at the Hallmark card store. Going like this. You could have worked at McDonald's. Give me a break.
Ever, like, I, like will message these guys, and if they'll, like, text me and they'll be like, hey, I want you to do, like, this, and this. And I'll go literally just be like, I'm not doing this.
That's just heartbreaking. That's heartbreaking. It sounds like social media destroyed you.
You have a choice now, you know.
Because if there were men telling you, hey, start an OF on your Instagram, and then you just like listened to what they had to say, and you just went right into it.
I gotta get into some chats. Finish. Go ahead, finish.
I mean, I'm just gonna say this, all right? Like, I know Magic Mike here. If somebody came to him, okay, that was in Vegas and said, hey, man, you got a body to die for, okay? I'm thinking I'm gonna invest $1 million into a Magic Mike show starring you. I'm gonna say he'd be like, hell yeah, baby! I mean, what? I just don't know what I'm looking at here. Okay, what happened to the days of Madison and the weird hat? Now we've got like just weirdos on this podcast. It is becoming stranger by the day. Oh my god.
Yeah, but like if you get a custom request, you don't have to do it.
Do you want to finish your point?
No,
I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's fascinating to me that you went from not even knowing what it was to being like, okay, this is how I'm gonna make money. Like, you don't see other routes of going about that?
I could have done like TikTok Shop does amazing. But
you
also,
could have been an engineer.
I would like to chime in.
You could have been a brain surgeon or a rocket
scientist.
But
also like,
and you could still be.
Ryan, she just got through saying how dumb she is. Okay, no, let's keep it real. You could have worked at CVS. You could have worked at Rite Aid. Okay, you could have been an Uber Eats delivery girl. All right, how about we give her some basic jobs that she can actually do that don't require much, like cleaning. Go clean offices. I mean, seriously, this is just the weirdest conversation.
Yeah, I could.
She still could.
I could go back. I've always wanted to be a lawyer. I love arguing.
This, though?
She's stupid, but she always wanted to be a lawyer. I mean, make up your mind, girl. Okay, you got a script. Stick to it. Stick to your story. Now you want to be a lawyer, but you were stupid. Okay, you're dumb and mad, but you want to be a lawyer. Okay, yeah.
Why don't you become a lawyer?
Guess what? Kim K years later did that.
Why do you actually believe her?
No, Kim K did not do it. No, she didn't. Okay, do your research.
Money to do stuff like that.
So innocent. I
don't have that money to do that. I can build a business in a couple years.
Guys, I do have to move things on here a little bit. Kevin Albanez says, hello everyone, OnlyFans, porn, and even social media needs to be banned. It's corrupted our society, both men and women. I'll be the first in line to admit it. Kevin, thank you for the very generous super chat, man. Going around the table, would you date a guy who voted for Donald Trump both years? I don't know why that matters, but
yeah.
You'd date it? Okay. Would you date a Trump supporter?
Not very political. It depends how he views me, because I feel like
he's Republican, but he's fine with you.
He's cool with
being
me.
a strumpet.
A what?
A strumpet. It's a polite term for like a sex worker.
Oh.
It's polite. It's not rude. It's not rude. It's like polite.
Cool.
Yeah.
Strumpet.
Strumpet.
I prefer a harlot myself.
Andrew's more of a harlot guy, which I find more offensive. That's why I use the term strumpet, which is kind of neutral.
No, it's not. Strumpet sounds disgusting. Strump it. You know, Brian is so dumb. I'm sorry. I mean, he's like smart and dumb at the same time. Sometimes he has no common sense. It's so unnerving. Oh my God.
So he's fine with you being a...
I'd like his personality counts way more.
Okay, so the politics doesn't matter.
It's not a deal breaker then? Okay. As long as he's fine with the plastic surgery.
If we're compatible.
You're compatible.
Yeah.
Okay. What if he wanted to wear a MAGA hat while taking your virginity?
Wow.
That's crazy.
Why would that
Wearing a hat while taking your virginity is just one thing in general.
Any hat.
Any hat.
be? Any hat would be a problem. What if it's like a yarmulke? Is that okay? Like he's Orthodox.
Brian, they're prostitutes. What is this? They'll do anything for any price. They'll put an ice cream cone on their heads and let them lick it off while they're taking the break. It doesn't matter. Are you getting it? They are prostitutes. Anything goes. Jeez, they'll go to the aquarium, swim with the sharks and do it. They don't care. It's all about the price.
He's like...
I'm an
And that includes Magic Mike, by the way. He'll do it for the right price too, trust me.
atheist. I think that wouldn't be very compatible.
Okay. What kind of hats would be acceptable to wear?
None. You should be fully
Go
naked.
back to Dominican Republic.
Okay. Would you date a Trump supporter?
Yeah.
Did you vote for Trump?
Well, she brought Trump coin.
Yeah, but I actually didn't vote. This was my first year being able to vote.
And
But
you didn't vote?
Yeah, because I had
in the
just...
most consequential election.
I know, but I
ever?
had just moved to Miami, and I didn't even know where I went, like where I would go to vote.
alright.
So I didn't.
Would you date a Trump supporter? Like, let's say you and your boyfriend break up, and would you date?
Well, he is one, and so it doesn't
Oh, okay.
matter.
There you go. All right. Scarlett, you
I am a Trump supporter.
There you go. All right.
But also, I noticed conservatives also they're more decided. So like whenever you're doing like a in the room with them, they're already hard. So it's like not a problem.
I will say I don't agree with everything Trump's doing right now, but that tax-free overtime.
Liberals kind of go a little bit limp sometimes.
Brian, this is the dumbest question ever. Of course! Who the heck would want to date a soy boy that would vote for Kamala Harris, Brian? I mean, would you vote for Trump? I mean, of course! Of course you date a Trump supporter. You want to date a soy boy? I'm gonna go with no.
He brought TikTok back.
Wait, liberal men have erectile.
That's our joke. That's our little joke in the inside world.
Conservative men.
Liberals a little bit undecided. Limp.
Okay.
Unfortunately, sorry, I like my liberal guys out there. You guys are nice. You're too
good
nice.
data.
All right. What about you?
My recent ex is a diehard Persian Trump supporter.
Okay. Sweet. What about
Poor guy.
you?
Trump is so happy about Latinas, so I love Trump.
Okay.
Of course you love Trump. You like capitalism. Come on. Come to America, baby. Make my money. Give me my money. Give me my money. No tax on OF. Come on, baby. No tax on OF. No tips. No tax on tips. Yeah, he didn't mean that. He meant tips, like waitresses, waiters, Uber, tips. Real tips.
Would you date a Trump
He's pretty happy about deporting me these days.
No,
He's happy to take him out.
I'm sorry. I have to for sure maybe getting married with the man who cheated me for 3 times. But it is what it is, no? Not everyone has that type of shoes to say, okay, yes, I don't want to be deported, whatever. So you have to choose what do you have.
Wait, 3 times?
Yes.
You got cheated on 3 times?
Yes, 3 times. And the 3 times I found him.
You saw him?
I found him, yeah.
Oh, she found out.
I found out.
That one should stay.
Because sometimes you don't love yourself enough and you don't have the right way to take it away from that person.
Was he a Spaniard? The guy?
No, he's white.
Not Spaniard, Brian.
A white Spaniard.
No, he is white. He is from
American.
here. Yes. Hello, mi amor. How are you?
He probably watched this.
For sure.
What about you? Would you date a Trump supporter?
It just really depends. Are they pushy with fuck you if you don't believe in Trump, blah 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 blah. It just really depends how there's
Well, yeah, that's a Trump supporter, girl. Wake up. Come to reality.
scale, I think. Like, if you believe in Trump and that's it, you just leave it at your opinion, that's fine, cool. But if you're like trying to push
I don't understand. So you're saying it would be a bad dating tactic for me to be like, okay, all I need you to do is get on your knees and swear allegiance to God Emperor Trump for the rest of your life. Like, what's actually wrong with that?
That's just
that seems
like
totally reasonable.
No, just
Not
like
aggressive at all.
The get on your knees part.
Yeah, you should have carpet burn at this point. If you're really loyal, you should have carpet burn.
I just think that
she would know.
they should just let you believe in your political opinion. I believe mine. That's
I feel
that.
like you took that one step further than but anyway, go ahead.
I should believe in my political opinion. You should believe in yours. And if they're different, that's cool, whatever. But just like leave it at that. Like it
Yeah,
shouldn't.
but he's the man, so his political opinion is the one that's right?
No.
No, come on. I mean, come on. Come on.
You come on, Andrew. Why would that make sense?
Wait, can I say something
Why
too?
would that make sense?
So I do these
Of course it makes
parties.
sense.
Make it make sense.
It does make sense because none of you bimbos, okay, should be voting anyway. I mean, you're prostitutes. This is what we want for the country. Let's think about it. Normal people are not prostitutes. Okay, the average person in this country that's hardworking and has a family and works hard to support his family, and hardworking mothers, because being a mother is very hard work, okay, isn't spending on and investing all this time into her family so that we can have people like you making decisions for them. I mean, really, it makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
So I do these rush week things.
I mean, I can actually make it make sense.
Okay, do it.
Fraternity boys will hire me to like
No, I mean,
whip them.
all women ran on.
And I wore a Trump hat this year.
That's it.
What about you?
Sure, I don't care.
Okay. Do you have a preference? Like, would you prefer to date a Kamala voter?
I haven't done frat boys. I'm a moderate, so I prefer someone who's like kind of centrist. Like, if they were too much of anything, it would turn me off.
Who did you vote for?
I didn't vote.
Oh. Okay. Okay. We have a chat here from
What happened to Magic Mike? Brian, you skipped over Magic Mike. Would he date a Trump supporter? Just curious.
Ash. Wait, we'll get to that in a sec. We have Bryant Goodwin. Yo, thank you for the $100 empty super chat. Really appreciate your patronage. Reminder, guys, you can do Streamlabs, you can do Super Chats, although Streamlabs does get a bit of priority. $100 and up to read. We do those reads at intervals, and then $200 and up is a TTS, text-to-speech message. Kevin Albanez for 100 chat. Everyone on the panel, I've had an addiction with porn since I was 11. I'm 31 now, 20 years. I have given myself to this disease. Trust me, porn, OnlyFans, or sex work, it's not the answer.
I agree. Because, see, ethically, like, now being in porn 3 years, I don't... The money isn't what matters. I care about the people. So it's kind of like I see how it affects people that I know, and then that hurts me. And I don't, it hurts because it's like, you know, what can I do as a performer to help some of these people that are dealing with these addictions? Because if I just...
You can keep doing it, just like you said. So that's how you help. You keep doing it. Does this girl realize that she makes absolutely no sense? You're watching people hurt, and it hurts you watching them hurting me, but you're gonna keep doing it. Like, I can't
quit. If I just quit, though, somebody else is gonna do it. Though it's like drugs. If you know, somebody else is gonna do it.
Hang on. So if I quit
But like, look, as a performer, is there something we can do to change things?
Wait, hang on. Let me ask you a question. If I quit murdering, does that mean that I shouldn't, because then other people will start murdering in my stead?
Well, it doesn't make you a good person to quit.
It doesn't make me a good person.
It makes you a good person to change and stay identifying with who you are.
I am 100% confident.
So it's like, if let's say
a better person to stop murdering today.
So let's say you're murdering, but then you're just gonna erase your life and start out as a new person and be like, I'm a new person. I'm a new good person. I'm not.
Do that.
Oh my God. You know, I thought values clarification was bad, where it was like, if Johnny killed his mother, but Johnny, why did you kill your mother? Oh, because she cheated on my dad. Okay, Johnny, do you feel that was the right thing to do, killing your mother because of that? Yes, teacher. Okay, Johnny, then it's okay. I thought that was bad. I don't know what this is. This is something else.
Murder to, you're comparing murder to beating it. These aren't even on the same level of like fucked upness. And also, it depends on the person. If you do, let's say you do a line of something one time, that doesn't
masturbation.
No, but I think porn doesn't make me a bad person.
I don't think it's
the best.
Because I don't want the money.
Yes, masturbation and not calling the people making you in. ¿Cómo se dice en visto?
So she says it's better to masturbate than send that text.
Yes.
Well,
I stopped doing it.
After hearing that super chat, do you guys think that in any way, or do you think that you're a genuine positive influence on the people that pay you money?
I wouldn't. Okay.
What he really meant to say is, after hearing that super chat, do you guys let's take a vote. Do you guys generally think that I should go to Vegas and do a Magic Mike show? I mean, do you think I have what it takes? Generally, I'm just curious. You.
Like I was just trying to say, I feel like it depends on the person.
I just cannot get past what he's wearing. I mean, he went to Kmart and got a literal tank top that goes underneath the shirt and wore it to show his muscles. That's how much protein do you think he's got in his body right now?
If you do one line of something one time, like if it was a drug, that doesn't make you a drug addict. You become a drug addict yourself. It's your own decision to keep beating it, keep taking a line. Like if you become a drug addict, that's on you. Like I personally believe, I've been an addict myself, so I feel like I can say this. I don't think that it's on the supplier, the whatever, because if someone has, let's say like this juice box is in front of me, I don't have to, if she's like, hey, you want to send my juice box? I don't have to be like, yes. It's my decision to say yes or no. I get my own choice. If men decide that they want to continuously and build up a habit to what they're doing, do I feel bad for them? Yes. Am I going to change my way? Because is it my like decision?
Do you have any?
Yeah, but you're contributing to it. Okay, so what she's saying right now is that dealing drugs is fine. It doesn't matter. It should be legal. Deal coke, crack, all of it. Meth, make it all up. Put it out there. Get a permit, New York City, get on. We got crack here, we got this pipe there, we got it all. Anything from A to Z, whatever you want, honey. Prescription drugs, because you know why? Has nothing to do with the drug dealer, because it's your decision. I mean, what are you talking about? That's like saying, even the food and drug industry, okay? They are a contributor to obesity here. They're a contributor to it. Because they're filling food with chemicals and things that we shouldn't be eating. Okay, it goes both ways. It takes two to tango. So there's accountability on both sides. You can't just say that it's no fault of the drug dealer. I mean, really? Give me a break.
Do you have any want, this goes for most of you, do you have any want to put something out into the world that's like good and fruitful and almost be able to say, hey, I'm not just keeping this person here, I'm actually elevating this person to a better life.
Of good?
Yes. Just overall improving their life. They would come to you and say, you've changed my life.
I've been told I saved many people's lives.
I noticed these conversations we're constantly pointing the finger of supply and demand, like they should not consume it or you should not make it, when we need to be the change ourselves. So if we don't like a certain, like porn, for example, like don't watch it and don't make it either. Like we're always constantly pointing the finger, but the change starts with us. Like be the change you want to see.
Well,
I know it sounds like
supply and demand. This is a really good point, right? Like which thing do you think is easier to choke off? 100,000 drug addicts or 100 pushers of drugs? Which thing do you think is easier to manage? Obviously, the pushers are easier to manage because there's less of them. That's why we point at the pusher. That's supply and demand, right? You can't have demand without supply. If there's very few suppliers, you can manage suppliers. If you have tons and tons of addicts, though, it's very difficult to manage that. Wow. That's why you go after the source.
Yeah,
it's
stop watching porn.
It's irrefutable that that is true.
Porn.
Would you? Well said, Andrew. Well said.
Guys, I do have to, we've been talking about the OF porn stuff for a while now, so I do have to move it on. We have a message coming in from Ashley here.
Ashley donated $200. Brian and Andrew, is it not obvious that chair number 5 is clearly on some form of drug? Common in the porn industry. Yeah. She's absolutely broken. Please do something to change your life, making no one proud.
Okay. Yeah, I hear this over and over again, and it's just like, is it because I'm skinny and white and like a little bit like real in my emotions, and I'm not so held back? Like I can express myself because I've been through stuff, and I can feel it, and I can feel the pain, and I heal the trauma. I feel it, and I know it.
And you're doing some drugs, maybe?
No, because I think that if you can cry, it's because you're feeling pain. If you're doing drugs, maybe you're a little bit numb, aren't you?
I mean, I don't want to be...
Sometimes drugs make people more expressive.
Do you want me to go take a drug test now and I'll mail you the results?
Yes.
Because I'll do that for you.
Kinda, yeah.
Just for you.
Yeah, just like a little bit.
I don't want to be a pick-me, but I think I'm skinny and white also. And I don't think anyone would think I'm
didn't you say you have like a...
I think you're on epilepsy drugs.
You're on...
It's just this come up every time. Ever, like a porn star's on anything and we get singled out as like, oh, we're the drug addicts. Where it's like, I mean...
I don't know if it's about that, but...
I'm from Wisconsin. Like, I didn't grow up like doing anything. That's not who I am. So it's like, yeah, be offended if that's what you think. Go think whatever the fuck you want.
Well, I don't know. You sound pretty offended. Not me. I don't feel very offended right now.
Because you just sit there like laughing and like do whatever the hell you want.
Is that what offended people do? They laugh?
I'm not laughing at you.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't understand how you're telling other people to not be offended when it seems like you're the one who's offended.
You're offended at me because obviously that's why you're criticizing me. If you had like other things to do with your life, you wouldn't be poking out every little bit of bias. Like, oh, that's what I don't like about them. That's what I don't like. Well, be offended if you don't like that about me. If you want to make a judgment, be offended about it.
She has the audacity to sit here and say if Andrew doesn't have better things to do with her life, and she's literally a porn star prostitute. Okay.
I mean, you're the one who sounds very offended right now. Not me. You sound very offended.
Offended.
I feel like we were having a pretty productive conversation.
I don't feel like that. I feel like this is
suddenly
stupid.
You got very offended. I don't know. You seem very upset.
Yeah, you seem like you're just having like so much fun over there smoking your little cigarettes. We're having clear air here. It's a filtered air in this.
I always know when I'm getting owned on this show when somebody says.
I get owned all the time, and guess what? I embrace it.
But Andrew, you smoke though. You remember that? Like the fact that you smoke means everything. Smoky man.
You're on a drug right now.
Smoky mad evil.
Lord have mercy. Well, never ever is there a dull moment when Andrew is on the Whatever podcast. I hope you guys had a fun ride on this roller coaster. Okay, I'm Dubrava. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. And guys, stay away from OF girls and stay away from corn stars and prostitutes. Go to church, any church. Find yourself a nice girl. Get off the corn ride. It's an epidemic. Oh, Lord. All right. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care.